Most people think a recession is just bad news on TV. But it hits your wallet, your job, and your savings hard. A recession means the economy shrinks for 2 straight quarters. And millions of Americans feel it in their everyday lives. Rony checked his bank account one morning. And the number he saw made his stomach drop instantly. The first thing a recession does is destroy jobs. And companies start cutting costs before most workers even notice. Rony got the call on a Tuesday. His manager said the words no employee ever wants to hear at work. Layoffs spread fast during a recession. And companies across every industry start cutting thousands of workers, without any warning. Your emergency fund becomes your best friend overnight, and most Americans have less than 1 month of expenses saved up. Rony had 0 savings when the recession hit. And suddenly every bill felt like a punch straight to the gut. Stock markets crash hard during recessions. And people who panic sell at the bottom lose money they can never recover. Rony sold all his index funds in a panic. And watched from the sidelines as the market recovered without him. James stayed invested through the entire crash. And his portfolio recovered fully within 18 months of the recession ending completely. During a recession, interest rates usually drop. And that actually makes borrowing cheaper for people who are financially prepared already. Rony finally understood that low rates meant cheaper loans. And he wished he had built his credit score way earlier. Real estate prices often dip in a recession. And smart buyers, with cash ready, can grab serious deals out there. Most people freeze during a recession. But the ones who prepare in advance always come out stronger on the other side. James had 3 months of expenses saved, his investments untouched, and 0 high-interest debt when the recession finally arrived. Cutting unnecessary subscriptions and expenses. Before a recession hits is one move that buys you serious breathing room financially. Rony canceled his subscriptions too late, already 3 months into the recession. And struggled to cover even his basic monthly bills. The recession does not last forever. And history shows the average one ends within 11 months if you just stay patient. The real question is not whether a recession is coming, but whether you will be ready when it finally hits your life. James always said the best time to prepare for a recession is before it starts. Not when the headlines are already screaming panic. Rony ignored every warning sign for months. Spending freely on restaurants, gadgets, and vacations, until the recession made him stop completely. During a recession, consumer spending drops sharply. And businesses that depend on people buying freely start closing their doors very fast. James kept his spending lean all year long. Focusing only on needs over wants, and his bank account thanked him greatly. High-interest credit card debt becomes a nightmare in a recession. And people carrying big balances find themselves drowning in payments quickly. Paying off high-interest debt before a recession hits is one of the smartest, most protective moves any American can make. Rony had 4 maxed-out credit cards when the recession arrived. And minimum payments alone were eating half his remaining paycheck whole. Your job industry matters a lot during a recession. And some sectors get hit far harder than others across the entire economy. Healthcare, utilities, and grocery sectors tend to hold strong. Because people still need food, power, and medical care no matter what. Rony worked in retail sales. And his entire department was cut within 6 weeks of the recession officially being declared by economists. Building multiple income streams before a recession is the single greatest protection. Most financial experts consistently recommend to everyday working Americans. Rony had only one income source his entire adult life. And when that job disappeared, he had absolutely nothing left to fall back on. Freelancing, selling online, or even a small side hustle can give you a financial cushion that protects you during the worst times. The government usually steps in during a recession, cutting interest rates and sending stimulus, but that help arrives slowly for most people. James never counted on government help as his plan. He built his own safety net first, and used any stimulus as a bonus. Grocery prices spike during recessions due to supply chain disruptions. And families without a budget feel the pain hardest at the checkout. James meal planned every week, bought in bulk strategically, and kept his grocery bill 30% lower than the national average consistently. Mental health takes a serious hit during recessions. And financial stress is one of the leading causes of anxiety in America today. Having a clear financial plan going into a recession gives you confidence, control, and the mental clarity to make smart decisions daily. Rony finally sat down with James after losing his job, ready to learn everything he should have started doing much earlier honestly. James opened the financial plan and pointed at the very first step, telling Rony that building an emergency fund was the foundation of everything. 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a high-yield account gives you a powerful buffer when a recession hits hard. Rony realized he had been keeping his savings in a basic account, earning almost nothing, while high-yield accounts were available all along. Index funds are one of the most recession-resilient investments over time, because they recover with the entire market, not just one company. Rony now understood why James never panicked during the market crash, because his diversified index funds were built to survive and recover always. Dollar cost averaging means investing a fixed amount every single month, regardless of market conditions. And it is one of the smartest strategies ever. James invested $300 every month without fail, even during the worst of the recession, and his wealth grew steadily regardless. Rony started his first investment that same evening. Small but consistent, promising himself that he would never let fear stop him from building wealth again. Cutting lifestyle inflation is critical before and during a recession, because the more you spend on wants, the less protection you actually have. Rony canceled 2 streaming services, 1 gym membership, and 3 unused subscriptions, freeing up over $200 every single month immediately. Your credit score becomes more important during a recession, because lenders tighten their requirements, and only strong profiles get approved for anything decent. James maintained a credit score above 750 for years, paying every bill on time, keeping balances low, and never missing a payment. Rony had missed payments, high utilization, and a score below 600, making him nearly invisible to lenders when he needed help most. James told Rony that improving a credit score takes time, consistency, and discipline. But the results protect you in ways money alone cannot. Recessions expose every financial weakness you have been ignoring, but they also create the greatest wealth-building opportunities for those who are ready. Property prices, stocks, and businesses all go on sale during a recession, and prepared investors buy assets that make them wealthy for decades. Rony wished he had cash ready to invest at the bottom, but he had spent everything and could only watch the opportunity pass. The 5 rules to survive any recession are simple: save more, spend less, invest consistently, protect your income, and never panic sell anything. Rony printed that list, stuck it on his wall, and made a promise to himself that the next recession would never catch him off guard. A recession is coming, whether you are ready or not. So start today. Build your plan, and make sure that your future self thanks you.
Hey, if this video gave you something to think about, that's exactly why I make these every single day. Most of this stuff nobody ever teaches you, and I just think that needs to change. So if you got value today, hit subscribe. New video drops every single day. And whatever topic you want me to cover next, drop it in the comments. I read every single one. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.